welcome YouTube. It's me, Anthony, back with Unapologetic Sports. Today we got a Would You Rather NBA edition. I took a lot of pictures from this page, NBA.wyr. I think that's what it was. I'll put them in the description down below. They had a lot of them, but I chose 10 of them that I want to choose. One thing I just came up with an idea. I'm gonna have games going on in the background, and I want you guys to guess what game it is in the comments below. Just off looking at it. I'm not gonna show the full game, like, because the video is not gonna be that long. But if you guys can guess what game that is off rip, because it's gonna be it's gonna be classic games that, like playoff games, finals games, just regular season matchups that are just amazing. So I'm gonna put those in the background. I want you guys to guess down below what game that is, and if you can give me like the who went off or whatever. But let's get started with the Would You Rather. So the first one, and I'm gonna put them on the screen right about there. The first one is: would you rather have the first pick or the third and seventh pick? And this Would You Rather really depends on the draft and what you need as a team. But one thing about the first pick, you have there's a lot of room for error. You can, when you have a top pick, like the Pelicans had, they picked Zion Williamson, but they could have chose Ja. They could have chose, Tyler Hero. They could have chose a lot of people. It really depends on what you need and like what's your personnel. I personally would rather have the third and seventh, because one thing about having the third and seventh, those, if you depend on what team you are, you were a bad team, but you weren't as bad, because you could be a good team and have a good pick. Like the Boston Celtics had the third pick and they made the playoffs the year before. They got Jason Tatum, so. I'd rather have the third and seventh pick, because if you ever think that, you could trade it to get somebody, you can trade it. So that's the first one. Number two, would you rather have a potential superstar or a player that could win now? And the picture, it was a picture of Luka and very, very skinny Giannis. And I might go with the second one, a player that could win now. You think about the Mavericks. They are a team that made it to the playoffs, and they took a contender in the Los Angeles Clippers to 6 games, and those were very close 6 games. I'd rather have Luka in that sense, the player that could win now, because Luka is about to go into his 3rd year, and they might end up really being a contender next year. You never really know. That's the second one. The third one, would you rather hit a game winner at home or away? And this one, there's no wrong answer on this one. I don't think any of them are wrong. It's an opinion, okay? It's an opinion. But, yeah, I'd rather hit a game winner at home. In high school, I didn't play basketball. I'm not going to sit here and cap. I saw a game winner happened, the buzzer beater game winner at home, and it was hype. I didn't see an away game winner, but like the crowd at home, when they get all hype, everyone starts jumping and everything like that. That is very lit. Versus, you see NBA game winners on the road, the crowd just goes silent, and you just see those people celebrating. That's cool and everything like that, but I'd rather hit a game winner at home. That's just me. The fourth one, would you rather have Kevin Durant back on OKC or Kawhi back with the Spurs? I'd rather have Kevin Durant back with OKC. Because one thing about when Kevin Durant left OKC, he kind of lost a lot of respect. And I like Kevin Durant as a player. I think he's the best scorer in the league, not named James Harden. I think he's the most versatile scorer the league has ever seen. He can score at will on anybody. It was just nice seeing him in a small market, not in the spotlight. When he went to the Warriors, a lot of people started like hating on him and everything like that. But when you talking about Kawhi, I think he got his stardom, his last year that he played with the Spurs. That 2017 season when he got hurt in the conference finals against the Warriors. But I think I'd rather see Kawhi somewhere that's not the Spurs. I just think his offensive game opened up a little bit more. He has a lot more freedom. And I'd rather see him somewhere else. I really wish he would stay with the Toronto Raptors. But, you know, he wanted to go home. He did that. So it is what it is. Next one. Would you have KD with no offense or Kawhi with no defense? So we're sticking with the same two players. And when you think about it, I would have Kawhi in this situation. Kawhi with no defense, because if you take into account their current situations, okay, would you rather have KD just be a defensive player or Kawhi just be an offensive player with their current situations? Kevin Durant, that would basically make Kyrie the first option. And that would make Paul George the main defensive guy. Now, Paul George is a good defender, and Kyrie's a good offensive player. But I would rather have Paul George switching on to the best player on the other team versus Kyrie being our main scorer. Not that I like Kyrie, and I like Paul George too, but I think Kawhi with no defense, he can give you a lot more offensively, and Kawhi hasn't really had that step, offense or defensively that he used to. He still is one of the best defensive players in the league, but I think he kind of slowed down defensively from what he used to be. Next one, would you have Luka Doncic or MVP D Rose? And I am taking Luka Doncic in this situation. Derrick Rose, a lot of people really hype up his MVP season, and I used to be one of those people, but I think it's time for people to come down to reality about his MVP season and D Rose's prime. I saw another post on the Would You Rather page. Would you rather have MVP D Rose, MVP Westbrook, or prime Westbrook and MVP or prime Rose, whatever it was? I might put it up here. It was prime D Rose and prime Stephen Curry, not Russell Westbrook. But I'm still taking Stephen Curry over D Rose. That's just me. But yeah, I think a lot of people are hyping up that season, because he was so young and he was athletic and everything like that. But when you think of a player like Luka, especially because I'm going to take into account the current NBA, I'd rather have Luka than D Rose, because with Luka, he's a bigger guard. Neither one of them were great defensively, are great defensively, but Luka will give me more offensively than D Rose will. Luka can score 30 a game. He can get you 10 plus assists. He can get you 10 plus rebounds. D Rose was going to give you a good 25, 6, and 3 or something like that. He wasn't going to give you as much. Not taking away from D Rose's MVP year. That definitely was a very, very good MVP year, but I think it was a little overrated. Next, would you rather have the Rockets backcourt or the Warriors backcourt? I might be a little biased here, but I'm taking the Rockets backcourt. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Rockets backcourt. I think James Harden and Russell Westbrook, I like that pairing. And I might be a little biased because I'm a Rockets fan, but I really, really do like that pairing together. The Warriors backcourt is a little bit more accomplished together, of course, because Russell Westbrook and James Harden only played 1 year together. But, as of right now, I might be a little biased for this, but I'm taking the Rockets backcourt. I might get, some flack for that, but I don't care. Would you rather have Curry with no shooting or Giannis with no athleticism? And I chose this one not knowing the answer to it. I chose all the other ones knowing which one I was going to pick. And I still don't know the answer to this, because Curry with no shooting, he's not good defensively. He's not good. He's not a great passer. He's a good passer. He's a point guard, but with no shooting, he can still get to the rim. He's still a good ball handler. He can still pass the ball pretty well. He just can't shoot. And with him being his size, he him shooting was very, very good for him. And if he can't shoot, especially with his size, I don't know. But then with you got Giannis with no athleticism. First of all, I want to say James Harden was right. Giannis without athleticism has no skill. You saw that in the second round against the Heat. But we're not gonna talk about that right now. Yeah, Giannis with no athleticism. You know, because when you think about Giannis, everything he does, goes off his athleticism. So his offense, his defense, everything like that is his athleticism. With no athleticism, I don't think he doesn't have much skill. He can't shoot. He just has his size, but all that size and no athleticism. I don't know what you would rather have. So I guess I don't know. Y'all comment down below who y'all would take. I don't know. I might take Curry, but I don't. Okay, we ran the storage. Yeah, they cut out. I don't know why, but yeah. There's only two left anyways. We got MVP or ring is the second option, and it showed a picture of Kyrie and Giannis. In this situation, I'd rather be Kyrie. Kyrie did very, very well as a second option. He accomplished, he got a ring. He won probably one of the biggest shots in NBA history by hitting that shot that gave him the lead in the finals. Versus Giannis, Giannis literally said, "Don't call me MVP until I win a championship." Don't know when he's gonna win a championship, but that MVP don't mean anything to him. It don't mean anything to me because honestly, I don't think he should have won either one of those MVPs. We're not gonna talk about that. So yeah, I'd rather be Kyrie in this situation. And the very last one, I say this one for last. Would you rather see Jordan now or LeBron in the '90s? I'd rather see Jordan right now. I didn't watch Jordan growing up. I was born in 2000. So didn't really get to watch Jordan. Versus I've seen LeBron. I know what LeBron would do in the '90s. He would dominate. He's one of the best players of all time. When you're one of the best players of all time, you're gonna be one of the best, no matter what era they put you in. Like people always bring up, what would Wilt Chamberlain do in this era? Wilt Chamberlain would go off. He would be the best big man in the league. But yeah, I'd rather see Jordan right now. Especially in this era of guard play, and you got players like LeBron. I want to see him compete against these current players. See, because a lot of people won't put LeBron as the GOAT because they'll always believe Jordan is the GOAT. Stephen A. said he'll never put LeBron over Jordan. So yeah, I would rather see Jordan right now. Yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. I got a bunch of ideas, so I'm just gonna be coming out with videos, and don't know when I'm gonna upload them, but I'm just gonna be recording videos back to back to back to back. Especially once I figure out this storage thing. This has been Anthony from Unapologetic Sports. Make sure you like the video, comment down below what you'd like to see next, and make sure you really subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of October, and I can't do it without you subscribing. So that is you, person I'm looking at, right? You subscribe. So thank you for tuning in. See you next time. Peace.